Hi everyone, I'm Zeiss. Just woke up here and found these patch notes that look awesome. They promised a lot of things. Let's see what they're about. I'm gonna read through and probably comment here and there. Let's see what's going on. Patch adds support for respecting ascendancy classes, advanced bookmarks. Finally, hope they also add search. We'll see. New stash tab affinities, which is great, especially having in mind we don't have like some of the mechanic tabs, or like for example expedition locker, you can add on the hideout, storing breach and ritual stuff is completeness, charms and totems, okay, as well as many other improvements and bug fixes. Let's see. Reducing ascendancy, redoing an ascendancy trial allows you to respec which ascendancy class you have chosen. Nice. That's good. That's good. But only the trial would grant you the number of points you already have. Okay. In order to respec your ascendancy class, you must have 0 points allocated in it. But you can now talk to Balbala or the trial master to refund passive points. Okay. That'd be probably expensive as well, especially on higher levels. The Trial of Chaos with 7 chambers to 4 points now can be attempted at lower level 55. Okay. Okay, Trial of Chaos that grants 10 chambers up to 6 ascendancy passive skill points can now be attempted at level 65 down from 75. Huh, interesting. Well, pretty sure nobody on hardcore will do it on those low levels, but anyway, yeah. Charm changes. Belts at level 30 above now have implicit modifiers with 1 to 2 charm slots, while belts at level 60 and above now have implicit modifiers with 1 to 2 charm slots. To 3, sorry. This only affects new belts found after the patch has been deployed. Okay. The explicit modifiers for additional charm slots on belts can no longer roll. Okay, the Genesis and Ingenuity unique belts no longer have additional charm slot modifiers. Through existing versions of these items are not affected, though. What is this? Beachborn, that's the dual belt, I think, yeah. Intentionally kept its additional charm slots for now, as in the future we'll be expanding the maximum possible charm slots to 6, which is pretty awesome. Massively increase the values of the prefixes that restore life, mana, and grant guard when charms are used. Awesome, because they were like funny. 4, 6, 20, 30, come on, what the fuck is this? I mean, I had like some charms which had like 100 something, but let's be honest here, it disappears in one hit. Okay, and you can update the existing items to the new values with the divine orb. Yeah, good luck, better find a new one. All charms but the golden charm have had their maximum charges halved and their charges per use halved, making them refill more quickly. This is awesome. The base duration of the stone charm has also been increased from 2.5 seconds to 3 seconds, which is great because the stun is actually 3 seconds now, the heavy stun. Anyway, added stash tab affinities for the following categories of items. Alright, socketables, fragments, includes tablets and trial keys. Awesome. Breach, expedition, ritual. I'm probably gonna stuff all these in one tab. I'm not sure if I'm gonna separate them because it's very weird that we don't have the fragment stash tabs. For example, I have it from the previous game and it's not yet available. They didn't do it yet. Well, hopefully they do that. So we stuff those there instead of some tab we can use for something else, right? Have those bookmarks. Awesome. My problem with this is like sometimes it turns out I just open the atlas to see what I'm gonna run next based on the waystones I have, or the other way around. Like what's around me, or where's the thing I wanna run, and what kind of waystone to look for. And then I'm going to the map device because Zeiss, right? Instead of looking for it on the map device with a bunch of waystones on me, just can't find it later. You know what I did is, like, when I found the map I wanna run, I just go to the bookmark option, which brings you back to where your character is, and I just follow the direction to where it leads me, and then I have an idea where to look for again. That's not very neat and not good. So let's see what it's gonna be when it updates. I think it's already downloading for me. So we'll see. Atlas bookmarks, okay. Added the ability to bookmark locations in your atlas to find them easily later. Right-clicking the node will allow you to create a bookmark by picking an icon and optionally adding a label you can type in. Okay, but I think because the end game of PoE 2 looks like PoE 1's Delve. No, it doesn't look. It's just something similar because you have those pathways. You want to go here and there to that place or another. It's something like that. And we need a search. We definitely need a search for this thing. Like, there are specific things you want to find, want to run. You don't just scroll around or move with the stick on the controller. It's just better to fucking search. Yeah. You can have up to 16 bookmarks at a time. Okay, they will appear as icons around the outside of the screen with a direction allowing you to scroll to them easily, or yeah, what I was doing actually without those, like I said before. Or you can click to them and instantly take you there. Like, how do you do that on controller? I don't know, we'll see, because I moved from PlayStation to PC. I played the first game mostly on PC, but the second game mostly on PlayStation, so I don't know, kinda used to the controller thing, and we'll see how it goes. You can also view list of bookmarks under the legend and click them to go there. Awesome, that's just, okay, that's the thing. I didn't read it, so yeah. Now we know. Endgame changes. Pinnacle bosses now have unlimited respawn attempts at difficulty 0. Well, if you can't beat it, like, why keep trying and trying and trying? That usually means something is wrong, you need to change something, and get stronger, and so on. I wouldn't really attempt any boss on solo hardcore when I know I'm not ready for it. That's not happening anyway. Tower and hideout maps now have higher minimum number of rare monsters that can spawn, which makes them extremely dangerous now, especially hideouts, because they're like very small and they have more stuff in there and there's not much room. Very dangerous, extremely dangerous to go to run them, especially on waystones with horrible suffixes, right? Damage, resistances, and so on. Okay, the final rare monster defeated in tower and hideout maps will now drop a map of the same tier you are running, as long as you have enough waystone chance. Defeating the final rare monster in tower maps is still not required to complete the tower map. Okay, that's good, but I usually do, depending on the tower map though. But if it's not bluff, I mean, bluff is really great because you just go in one direction, get to the end, deleting all the monsters on the way. While the others, sometimes, for example, on Mesa, if you first find the device to end the map, to complete it, you do that. Don't portal out, just find the rare, especially if it's the place not uncovered on the map, if it's like close or something. That's what I do. Solo hardcore, guys, valuing even the real shot and the ordnance or especially during first 2 days. Okay. Okay. Where was this? Added UI tracking for rare and unique monsters in unique maps, tower maps, and hideout maps. Awesome. As each new room tier is unlocked, that's crafting changes, as we remove the lower runes from the drop pool. Oh, this is good. This is to stop you getting spammed with lesser runes at higher levels. That's good. That's good. They're just like they did with Waystones, basically. Lesser runes no longer drop past level 31. Medium runes no longer drop past level 52. So what am I gonna do with those lesser runes that I have now? I actually use them. Okay, we'll see. Probably gonna upgrade or sell the more of these larger ones drop. Right? Overall, past level 52, you will now drop more greater runes than currently, but lesser runes and the runes will no longer drop. Okay, fine. Finally, the Rogue Exiles will always have appropriate tier runes socketed into dropped items relative to their item levels. Skipters can now have sockets, and we've added a new set of talisman modifier for Skipter to allow upgrade your minions at mid to late game. Awesome. Probably what I want to add to minions is, yeah, I'm not a minion enjoyer, but I'm using minions. Let's not say playing minions, I'm using minions now, because I think it's better. Anyway, and we'll see what it rolls, but if it's possible to add life to them, or resistances, not damage, I don't care about their damage, did something defensive so they don't die as much, that would be good. Totem changes, I'm using totems right now on a lich from solo hardcore, so let's see. The totem skills start gaining elemental resistances and chaos resistance, scaling up to its Q level from around gem level 13. At gem level 20, they have 75 to all elemental resistance and 35 to chaos resistance. That's awesome. Awesome, but I don't think it will help. For example, on controller, the targeting is for totems. Targeting for totems is terrible. What I want to see is prioritize outside of the radius, or like the center towards the player. For example, Flame Wall is a really good example compared to totems. You can target with the options, right? You can target with the stick, and basically the problem is that the aiming circle, which is rotating, right? On Flame Wall, for example, is starting on top of the player, but for the totems, it's the edge of the circle, like not at the center where the player is. And you usually, especially if you use Font of Mana on a totem or something, Font of Rage, Font of whatever, you get the idea. It's not a good idea to throw those totems at the enemies, right? For example, it not only slows you down, especially if you play high APM build, it's horrible to do it all the time, and I completely decided to ignore it, to let them drop whatever the fuck, because let's face it, with the current monster overwhelm, which is great, I like it, I'm actually using 2 CC skills to mitigate, but with the current monster overwhelm, it is just not fucking possible to throw a totem on top of your head. That's just fucking impossible, unless you play mouse, of course, which I am not. Anyway, Ironwood support. Ironwood, yeah, suck my totem. Support now also grant totem summons by supported skills plus 10 to all maximum elemental resistances. Bro, the totem gonna be stronger than the player now, or what? Okay. Light stun changes. Moderately reduce the capacity for monsters to light stun you, especially towards cruel and endgame, by lowering the amount of stun damage they deal and increasing the minimum damage dealt to light stun you. Additionally, elemental chaos and rage stun damage has been penalized even further, so you're less likely to get stunned by random stray projectiles and other things of the sort, which is, let's face it, fucking awesome. These changes don't affect light stuns dealt by players. Yeah, like weekend TDT, I don't know. Anyway, We've added a cluster to the passive skill tree near Chaos Inoculation that allows you to invest into heavy amount of stun and ailment threshold. That's great. Based on your energy shield. That is absolutely great. We will be adding more stun mitigation later on the tree, notably in the dexterous section. Yeah, dexterous section is that they mostly have ailment threshold, but stun I don't think so. Anyway, player changes. Shard Scavenger, in addition to its current effects, now also restores 1 cooldown use for all your grenades and grants a buff for 2 seconds that prevents your crossbow attacks consuming bolts. Awesomeness. Shockwave totem base attack time is now 1.5 seconds, previously 3. Shockwave totem slam now deals more damage at level 3 to 20, previously, yeah, more. Actually, it's less damage. Less damage, while the jack ground eruption damage is unchanged. Quality now provides 0 to 0.2 seconds to totem base attack time, previously 0 to 0.55. Okay, that's a bit disappointing, but I guess it was too strong. Frozen Locust can now be used. I actually have a friend who told me he died using this, which is kind of weird. Sorry, bro, but you know, you'll get there again. Okay, where was now be used with other skills to interrupt what you're doing, similarly to dodge roll. Awesome, though it does not allow you to dodge incoming hits. We'll have to playtest this to make sure it's still fine. You will now shield bash if you release Ray's shield after blocking a hit from a faraway attacker if there's a different enemy in shield bash range. Oh, if there is a different enemy. Why is there a different enemy? That's weird. Probably they meant if there was no different enemy. I don't know, we'll see. Storm Lance. Storm Lance is now able to be supported by ground effect related supports. Oh. Okay, that's good. Ray shoot is now able to be supported by concentrated effect. Okay, interesting. Fire exposure and lightning exposure supports have had their wording adjusted to make clear their effects apply to any target, not just enemies. Oh! What? This is not a functional change, just a clarification of wording. I didn't quite get that. You can do exposure on your own minions and stuff, or whatever, whatnot. I don't know. That's weird. We'll see. Whirlwind Lance and the Whirlwind keyword hover now clarify that the Whirlwind's collapse deals melee damage. Alright. Improve the visual effects of arcs explosions on hitting a shock target. Like, come on, who's playing arc? Is it good now or what? We'll see. Because what do you do with arc on single target? Let me tell you, nothing. If it can chain from terrain, maybe, yeah, okay, maybe. Glacial Lance is now able to chain off the, yeah, okay, something like this. Added, what is this? Improvements to other improvements and other changes. Added an equip gem section to the gem cutting interface to make leveling up cross-class skill gems more convenient. Okay, this is amazing. There was usually the upgradable tab, I think. So I don't know what the big deal is, but we'll see. Added rarity borders to items available for purchase from vendors. Whatever that means. What does that mean? Rarity borders. Greater Rune, what is this? Of Thieving now provides 1 to 100 lightning thorns damage when socket in armor, previously 1 to 10. Yeah, 1 to 10 1 to 10 sounded funny. Let's see, attribute rules now have a more appropriate gold value to vendors and can be reforged into their higher tiers. Awesome, because they were dropping only from exiles, no? Or something, I'm not sure. Breach hands now can drop splinters at all levels. This amount starts low and increases with area levels similar to splinter drops from monsters. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. We're gonna do Zest a lot probably now. Shrines are now, well, let me think, there's only one thing from it that I need, but anyway, we'll see. Shrines are now easier to click on. Alright, monster changes. Some endgame monsters can no longer interrupt their attacks if you move too far out of range during the attack to relentlessly chase you. Okay, that's good. Zarko, my favorite boss, which deleted with a bug my level 97 character on solo hardcore last week. You fucking piece of shit. Zarko, I'm just gonna call it Zarko. Zarko no longer aggressively targets player minions if they are present. This is bad because this means it will attack you instead if you play minions. So, minion builds, you are screwed. Okay, the Inured Fury. Oh, is now less likely to target minions, and their ground effects should now more reliably be removed after death. Okay. Azak Brute, Azak Maulers, Azak Stalkers, and Undead Vow Guards have had their frequency. They use their skills such as ground slams reduced and the cooldowns increased. Okay, they were like BAM BAM BAM! What the fuck was that, bro? It's horrible. It's horrible, but anyway. That's probably gonna make the Azak Bok very easily refarmable now. Well, it was the way it was. It was a really good place to farm during the campaign. I've been sitting there every now and then, like after level 36, and it's been really helpful, and on crew as well, of course. But anyway, adjusted the behavior of the 180-degree cleave skill used by Geonor. Okay, the Putrid Wolf to prevent them using the skill multiple times subsequently. Okay, sequentially, doesn't matter. The composition of monster packs in Hikuani Sanctum, Agorat, and Udza have been adjusted to reduce the amount of ranged skills being hurled at players in these areas. It was great. Why? What's the big deal? That's actually a very good place to check, to do gear check and see if your build is finally working when you get to Act 3, like near the end, before the Viper boss, for example. And in Hikuani's Sanctum, it will also tell you if you're ready for Blackjaw or not. You're usually not. It's really easy to one-shot you, but anyway. Let's see. Same adjustment has been made for the versions of affected packs that can appear in map areas. Interesting. Adjusted the frequency and damage of the ice shard spiral volley from shrines. Okay, yeah, that used to be horrible. Let's see how it is now. At least it was last league. Don't have bad experiences with it this league. Maybe the meteor thing, the meteor shrine, it hits fucking hard. I don't know. Adjusted the behavior of venomous crabs, matriarchs, and what is this? Constructed spitters. Okay. Vow form shifter now has less damage reduction when in shape-shifted form. Okay, that's good. What is the spider? The fettered spider cleansed monster Now explodes on that less often. Okay. 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 Adjusted the damage dealt by Goliath and WoW Goliath monsters. Okay. Adjusted the damage of Stone Sentinel Slam skill. Perfect. Reduce the damage of the essence of the infinite monster modifier. Oh, finally. Okay, because the way it feels right now with those essence monsters and rares in general is like Arc Nemesis all over again. Oof. Oof. Okay, okay. Lower the damage of our Enforcer to be more appropriate for how many times it hits. Okay. Lower the damage of Reconstructor's Lightning Burst skill. Okay, yeah. This was so crazy. For example, like this bow thing that it shoots, it's tiny light bow, and then it spreads like pulsar on both sides. It's just fucking crazy, bro. With full resist and everything, 3k damage lightning at least. Horrible. Just fucking horrible. And if you do like multiple projectile maps, like they shoot 2 additional projectiles, it is for each projectile, not just +2. It's for each they do +2. Horrible. Horrible. Slightly. Oh, sorry. Slightly reduce the damage of Ravenous Mishappen arc skill. What? Okay. I don't really remember what is this. What is this monster? Okay. 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 The arc skill. Okay. Bug fixes. Okay, let's see them. Fix the bug where players were gaining 1% of their evasion rating as armor at all times. Okay. This also fixes bug where the iron, reflexes, keystone passive skill, and general binding notable passive skill were not providing the correct amount of armor. Fix the bug where Ripwire Ballista and Dark Effigy were not displaying totem specific stats such as totem life in the skill panel. Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to know. It was showing other crap. Fix the bug where capturing, releasing a specter or tamed beast with a corrupted skill gem would cause the gem to lose corruption. I didn't use specters yet. I'm, like I said, not a minion enjoyer, but anyway, we'll see. Fix the bug where corruption modifiers to the level of bind specter or tamed beast gems could be lost upon binding or taming. Okay, weird. Fix the bug where the enemies killed by your hits increase the damage taken by 2 magnitude. Enemies chilled by your hits increase damage taken by 2 magnitudes. Okay. On the modifier on the Asphyxia Sarat unique quiver was instead causing enemies to take reduced damage. Okay. Fix the bug where the blacked out unique body armor, okay, would remove mana if you were on full life. With the lich eternal life ascendancy. Blacked out unique body armor, okay. Let's see, what is this? Increased energy shield, intelligence, damage over time bypasses energy shield, while not on full life. Sacrifice 10% of mana per second to recover that much life. Huh? What the fuck is this? If you play with eternal life, you don't care about... I don't get it. What's the benefit? Wait. Increased energy shield, that's for the base, which is 44. So it's gonna be like 60 something, doesn't matter. And 20 intelligence, okay. Damage over time bypasses energy shield. Well, usually that's how poison works, no? But that means also if you're ignited, and no, that's horrible. Energy shield. While not on full life, sacrifice 10% of mana per second to recover that much life. Ah, what for level 11? Maybe yeah, until you get the ascendance points, eternal life, and then yeah. But I don't see this usable later on. Chance shard. Anyway, would remove mana. Okay, let's see what the bug was. Would remove mana if you were on full life with the lich eternal life ascendancy. But who's gonna use it when you have the ascendancy, bro? That means like you're very high level now. Half of the journey done. I don't know. And we're taking damage over time. Okay, fix the bug where disengage could fail to trigger a shockwave from parried enemies in its area of effect if those enemies were hit by other shockwaves from the same use of the skill. Oh. Oh. Fix the bug where drain ailments was not granting immunity to consumed ailments, and it was not triggering other consumption effects like shard scavenger. Okay, that's good. Fix the bug where drain ailment support could only consume a single copy of the chosen ailment in cases where target had multiple copies supplied to them. That's especially effective for poison, I guess, to deal more damage. Fix the bug where is this? Embitter support didn't apply to damage that was gained as extra damage of the same type as it originally was. Embitter support. What was this? Support skills which can damage enemies with hits, causing all sources of damage gained to instead be treated as damage gained as extra code for supported skills. Yeah, okay. Okay, not bad. Fix the bug where Firestorm was not triggering Shard Scavenger and consuming ignites. Okay. Fix the bug where volcanic fissures did not cause aftershock when shockwave totem slam was used on it. Okay. Fix the bug where staggering palm was not working within patch shockwave support. Bug where chaining and turning projectiles starting positions could desync. Fix the bug where the last charge of the Smith of Kitawa's temper weapon skill was able to cause multiple explosions when consumed by specific skills. Of course, they're not gonna tell you what the skills were. If you are a bug abuser, you would know. Fix the bug where glacial lance explosions did not scale with area damage. Fix the bug where meditate could be interrupted by a non-damaging hit. What? Non-damaging hit. What? The phrasing just amuses me here. Non-damaging hit. Yeah. Fix the bug where Gathering Stone was not considered quarterstaff skill. Refraction support was not working correctly. They don't tell us how. Curses applied through map modifiers were not being reapplied if you died and respawned at a checkpoint. Oh boy. Attribute runes could not be socketed into wands and staves. Unique charms could not be chanced. Okay, now they can. It's the bug where the spirit of the bear as melee spirit was targetable and could be damaged. Don't hurt the bear. Don't hurt the bear. Okay. Fix the bug where the Aztec, Aztec, yeah, sure. Azak Shaman monster would not use the most of their skills when bound as a spectre. Okay. Fix the bug where the Smith's Masterwork Ascendancy notable passive skill had a refund cost. What? Well, that's how it's supposed to be. Ah, they mean those are the Smith of Kitava, which you can craft your armor with. Okay. Where modifiers provided by runes were not being displayed on wands and staves. Yeah, they were not. That's true. I was wondering what's going on. Anyway, I fixed a bug that could prevent you from progressing. The power awaits you quest if you respawn to checkpoint after the Arbiter of Ash died. Ah, okay. Like, why would you kill the Arbiter and respawn at checkpoint? What do you expect will happen? Besides losing your loot, right? It doesn't matter. Fix the bug if you wanna like run it again, enter again, I guess. But anyway, okay, where is this? Where is this? Okay, fix the bug where the monsters spawned by the Ogam Legacy unique strongbox were required to be slain in order to fulfill the queue. Fulfill the queue warriors map objective. Okay. Savannah map boss arena wasn't being sealed off when the fight began. Wow, awesome. I didn't know. Fix the bug where the stairs to exit the Act 3 final. Oh, yeah, actually, I know. I remember now. You could leave, but then he resets. He just stays there, doesn't follow you. Now I remember. Okay. Fix the bug where the stairs to exit the Act 3 final boss arena would reappear after defeating the boss. This fix also applies to the map boss version. Okay. Fix the bug where this is Doriani. Fix the bug where storms created by Whirling Slash visually remained when when the gem was leveled up. Fix the bug where lightning raid monsters were dealing less damage than intended. Wow, I can't believe this. Fix the issue where the graphic of the frozen spring attacks were dealing significantly more damage than intended. Fix the bug where the skeleton spriggans would just push you instead of actually using their melee attack. Okay. Fix the bug where the Chimera wetlands could sometimes have a blocked path. Never had this. Anyway, fix the bug where the mapping for Ignagtuk, that's the witch. The bug witch did not update properly on the world map after using the Gems Rescue on Crew difficulty. Okay. Fix the bug where bow lightning could not be supported by chain support. Okay. Fix the bug where perpetual charge was unable to support whirlwind lance. Channeling meditate would show an unrelated buff icon. Okay. Fix the bug when Jack Grant used the incorrect debuff icon. Fix 3 client crashes, fix 3 instance crashes. The patch will take roughly 15 minutes to become available to download on PlayStation after it's been deployed. Alright, that looks really good. I don't think I have anything specifically to add besides the comments edit, so let's go play. See you on the next stream.